Have you ever had that weird feeling about someone? You know, a shift in tension or thickness in the atmosphere whenever you're around them? You don't feel safe around them and you can't quite figure out why? Well, that's the feeling I had with Mr. Beast. Hello, my lovely kittens. It's Peri. And oh my god, I've been waiting 2 years to be able to make this video. Before I jump right into it, if you enjoy the work behind me or love listening to my voice for some weird reason, then a like would be appreciated. Each like lets me know people do enjoy my videos even if it's with subpar editing software. And if you love seeing my little cat face, then click subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell to be notified on my monthly uploads. Now to the story on how I met Mr. Beast. I know I'm a little late to the party, but I upload monthly, guys. I can only do so much. Not to mention, I kinda wanted to wait for more information to circulate before diving in myself. That way I can just make one video on the matter. You hear that, Jimmy? If you're sending cease and desist letters, you're just gonna be wasting your time sending one to me. My personal encounter will not be silenced, thanks. So we have many drama channels on this matter, but I'm gonna be linking the main man, Dogpact, who brought these allegations to light. As he said himself, he was an ex-employee of the Mr. Beast company. I will also link the channel More Pegasus, where I first heard the allegations. I bring no ill will to Pegasus, considering he used to be a fan of Mr. Beast, but even stated himself these allegations cannot be ignored and Jimmy needs to be held accountable. I praise you, Pegasus, for not being on the defense for Jimmy after everything is coming out. You're a real one. With that said, I'm only going to cover the allegations briefly, as Dogpact and More Pegasus have done a better job at documenting all this than I could. The gist of it is that after the Chris Tyson allegations happened, more and more dirt had been slowly piling up on Mr. Beast himself. Like he gave Chris a platform for their harassment and turned a blind eye. God, do I still need to say this is alleged? But there's also been minor things in my opinion, like rigging his game so friends, family, or staff would win over the actual contestants, or pretty much faking lotteries to increase sales and even forge signatures. However, the one thing that came out that I was absolutely not surprised about was his lack of care for his contestants during his Mr. Beast survival game that would have, or hopefully was, gonna air on Netflix. He refused medication to the point at least one person had a seizure. He refused to give inhalers, and as an asthmatic, that would be horrifying. People didn't receive food after days or clean underwear. And personally, worst of all, refused feminine hygiene products. Now I understand we still live in an age where a good amount of men are still ignorant to the functions of the female anatomy. Thankfully not so much as it used to be, but still a good amount of men hold ignorance. But if a woman were to have a tampon in use for too long, there's a potential she can go into toxic shock, which is life-threatening. Or if a pad is left on too long, that could also lead to a bacterial infection or a rash. But some men don't seem to care about that sort of thing, so let me see. If a woman had a used pad on for 3 days, while she waited for a new one, there will be an odor. A very distinctive odor, a strong odor. You get me? So in terms, Jimmy was neglecting the care and safety of these people, in turn, kinda torturing them. I don't know, that's just how I see it. I could also say that I'm not surprised that Jimmy had a registered SO in a video, where his main audience is 7 to 13 years old. And it is speculated that Mr. Beast is trying to expunge or delete the guy's record. Are you kidding me? And the fact that Jimmy's staff is going back and deleting clips, editing videos, deleting comments, like, dude, do you have any idea how guilty that makes you look? But again, I'll link the videos below if you want more details. Now, I say I'm not surprised, because I'm not. Now I'm gonna keep my story brief because I don't want to give too many details about my own whereabouts and all that jazz. So I'll say that if you've seen my channel long enough, you'll know that I'm North Carolina based, just like Mr.Beast. I visit Greenville often, and during one of my day trips with the girls, we saw him out and about with either two of his friends or staff. Because I don't know everyone who worked for him or talks to him, I can't really tell you who they were. I'm not gonna say where, since it was near my favorite hangout spot. I'll name the girls Danny and Heather for anonymity. Danny has a little cousin around my brother's age, so he watched Mr.Beast, letting her know who Jimmy was. Now, we're the shy, respectable types of people when it comes to celebrities. We may want to ask for pictures, but we keep our distance to allow these people to live a little bit of normalcy. So the girls and I were just in the store itself, and Jimmy was near our aisle. I felt my fight or flight kick in, and my natural fear response is freeze, so I stood still. I felt the air thicken, I felt the adrenaline hit me, and he was maybe 3-4 yards away? I don't know the distance. Let's just say if it was a Walmart, which it was not, we were on one end of an aisle, and he was within view just on the same side of the next aisle. I'll show a pre-rendering of what I'm talking about here. I'm horrible with descriptions on this sort of thing. Now, this is where reality shifts, because nearly everyone believes natural responses exist, and this is where skepticism will come in. I wholeheartedly understand if you decide I'm lying based on my practices. I encourage skepticism. However, these are my beliefs, my way of living, and it makes me happy. I've been practicing aura reading. How to do so can differ from person to person. How I practice was channeling my own energy. Breathing exercises, visualizing the energy flow to my eyes, speaking a chant in my head to help me concentrate. Auras can have many different colors, from white to red to green. The strength of an aura is also important to a person's personality. Heather, for example, has a rather small, bright orange aura, which I interpret as her feeling content with her life, as orange is a happiness gauge. And Danny's aura is a light blue that is much larger than Heather's. I would say this means Danny is very emotionally strong, and I really do believe that to be so. It takes me a while to channel the energy to my eyes, so I had the girls guide me, but keep a distance from Jimmy as we walked around the store. Once I was able to, I focused my attention on him, trying to find an aura from him. Again, you can choose to believe me or not, but I know what I saw. And what I saw was not a faint, but decently small black aura. Not even black, it was like a void. Now, a black aura can mean two different things. He could just be emotionally locked, as black auras indicate a high barrier after personal trauma. Or it could mean the person is unkind, self-absorbed. And due to how my body was reacting before this point, I've been more inclined to believe the latter. We said nothing to him. We didn't get any closer to him because my friends believed me in what I saw, and we stood our distance. I'm not sure if he or even the other two guys knew we were following them. I kinda hope they didn't. But oh well, I guess. Either way, after that I knew Jimmy was no good. I knew he was a liar, a manipulator, but that's just alleged. I even took heed in a comment section, which, funny enough, I believe was an older video of More Pegasus. I could be wrong, but it was where he was praising Jimmy, and I had to write out my warnings, saying everything I said of my experience, just smaller and fewer words. I was met with a bunch of hate for it. I didn't delete it, it's still up if you can find it. I give my empathy to those who were wronged by Jimmy, to the fans who felt betrayed by his actions, and even those still in denial. However, people do forgive me for my following words. I told you so! I was right! Jimmy is a bad person and I knew it! But no! I'm just crazy, right? No one listens to the witch! Oh god. I give no ill will to the fans of his channel. They are just kids. At least most of them. But I was right. All the charity work, building houses, cleaning the ocean, planting trees, feeding the homeless, it was all a big ploy. He used that as a front to gain his following, to have him appear as a good person so he can do the real evil he wants behind that mask. And the sad part about all of this? He's still gonna have a following. A 9-year-old Mr.Beast fan isn't gonna watch my video. I'm just a talking cat talking crap about his favorite YouTuber and he's a dog person. That kid won't watch my video. But I'm happy you did. Let me know if you also had a bad feeling about Mr.Beast, or even if you're disappointed in him for his actions as of late. Either way you lean on the Mr.Beast support scale, I hope all my kittens wake up every morning with fruit juice and sugar, and I hope to see you all next time.